My name is Mackenzie Beck, and this will be my persuasive speech. Audience. Okay. Imagine being arrested or even spending time in jail for possessing something that is already legal for adults and in many states and prescribed by doctors for certain medical conditions. Marijuana has been a controversial topic for decades, but as more states continue to legalize it, many people are questioning whether it should remain legal at the federal level. Whether you support marijuana or not, this issue affects healthcare, the criminal justice system, and the economy. After researching information from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, and the National Academies of Sciences, I believe marijuana should be legalized nationwide because of its medical benefits, economic impact, and responsible regulation. Let's begin by looking at the medical benefits of marijuana and cannabinoids. It has important medical uses. According to the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, cannabis and its compounds have been shown to help relieve chronic pain, reduce nausea caused by chemotherapy, and treat certain seizure disorders. One specific example of this is Epidiolex, which is an FDA-approved medication form of CBD or cannabinoid. It's used to treat certain forms of epilepsy and has helped children experience fewer seizures in their lives. The National Center of Complementary and Integrative Health states that some cannabinoid products have been approved for certain medical uses. That shows that marijuana has legitimate medical value when used appropriately. Now that we've looked at the medical benefits, let's talk about how legalization affects the criminal justice system. Second, legalizing marijuana would reduce unnecessary criminal penalties. According to the FBI's Crime Data Explorer, there were about 217,000 arrests for marijuana offenses in 2023 alone, and the majority were for simple possession, nothing violent. Well, there were violent, but not everything was violent. Legalization would allow for law enforcement to spend more time addressing violent crimes and instead of simple possession crimes. One example of this would be Colorado. Since legalizing recreational marijuana in 2012, the state has seen a major decrease in marijuana possession arrests while continuing to regulate marijuana sales and through licensing and businesses. As the National Academies of Sciences explains, and I quote, "Cannabis policy has broad implications for public health and health equity. This shows that legalization is a complex issue that should be based on research instead of outdated policies." Third, legalization can strengthen the economy. Legal marijuana is heavily taxed in many states, and that tax revenue is used to help fund schools and roads, healthcare, and other public services. According to the National Conference of State Legislatures, states with legal recreational marijuana have generated billions of dollars in tax revenue since legalization. Billions. Colorado has collected billions of dollars in marijuana tax revenue that has helped support public programs. And instead of illegal sales happening without oversight, legalization allows government to regulate products and require safety testing and collect revenue that benefits everyone. Some people do worry that legalizing marijuana would increase impaired driving or make it easier for teenagers to come across it, and those are valid concerns. However, legalization does not mean that there are no rules. Just like alcohol, marijuana can be regulated with age restrictions, licensing requirements, product testing, QA, and laws while driving while impaired. According to the CDC, marijuana does have some health risk, especially for young people, and that's why regulation and education about cannabis are so important. So today we have looked at how marijuana can benefit patients, reduce unnecessary arrests, and generate tax revenue for communities and states. Legalization is not about encouraging drug use, it's about creating laws that reflect current research while protecting public health and public safety through responsible regulation. I'd like to end with a quote from the National Center of Complementary and Integrative Health that research on cannabis and cannabinoids is ongoing. As new evidence continues to emerge, our laws should evolve with this instead of remaining based on outdated policies. Thank you.